Just one last thing I forgot. My professional streamer. I wonder. Sorry. That's an awkward shortcut. Hold on. I guess it doesn't work. Bleh. Oh my god. What is that? just trying to make it so I can see chat. Because I can't do it on my phone. Because I have YouTube Studio open. I don't want to be clicking out of the game all the time. So I have to download. Bleh. It's literally what I was supposed to do while setting up, but I forgot. Oh my god. Bruh. Well, man, I think this would be easier. Oh. Man, it's going slow. There we go. I'm figuring it out. Such a professional. There we go. Hooray! I can't make it any smaller. Dang. That should be fine. Okay, that's good. Yippee! Oh, but it doesn't. No. Oh. Hold on. What's the audio? I have no idea. I could check. That would help. Perhaps. My files keep popping up and I don't know why. That's awkward. So, I think I'm gonna attempt to do the voicing for this, because there is just the Japanese voiceover for like the whole thing. Wish I could crop this, but I guess not. That's fine. So I'm gonna like restart from the beginning. Oops. Oh dear. I just gotta. Okay, that's fine. Yay. So, mind the warning. It's not the most pleasant game. From what I've, like, not unpleasant in a, you know. Hold on, let me check something. Not unpleasant as in the game is bad, but like bad things happen. So if you need a more detailed warning, that should be somewhere online. It'd be funny if my mic wasn't working this whole time. Somewhere online. Does this work? I think this sounds okay. And then okay, maybe not that loud. This work. I think this sounds okay. And then I'm experimenting with my audio. Hold on. Okay, maybe not that loud. Okay, that sounds good. Okay. Let me just mute myself. It's loud in my ears. Well, there's that. Okay. Finally. How long's it been? 15 minutes. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Not good streaming. I'll get there. my chat so fancy? Does it look that blurry, or is that me? Okay, it's fine. It's fine. So I'll be playing from the beginning. I don't remember much of what I had played before. I sort of remember the anime because I watched the Heaven's Feel movies, and then the what's it called? Unlimited Blade Works anime. So I've seen the anime versions of it, and I've seen the first section of the game. Steam says my playtime is 12 hours. So, but I don't remember where I was before. That's fine. I'll just get to play it again. It is a bit slow. It gets a little wordy at times, but I mean, it's a visual novel. And my voice acting may be mediocre. I don't have any professional training. I'm just a VTuber. Okay. So I think the audio should be fine. Can't change that at all. Blech. Okay. So I'm gonna make a new game, and we go from there. I didn't turn the original voices all the way off. No. I hope it doesn't ask me that every time there's like anything happening. That'd be annoying. I am the bone of my sword. Steel is my body and fire is my blood. I have created over 1,000 blades, unknown to death nor to life. Have withstood pain to create many weapons, yet those hands will never hold anything. So as I pray, unlimited blade works. Dramatic. When I came to, I was lying in a burning field. It must have been a big fire. The familiar town was an unrecognizable smoking ruin. It looked like a scene from a war movie. Whoops. I guess scrolling does that. Okay, sorry. The sight didn't last long, though. As morning dawned, the fires gradually died down. The towering walls of flames shrunk to embers, and most of the buildings looked to have collapsed. It felt so strange being the only unchanged thing in the town. I was the only one left alive. I was either fortunate, or the house I'd been inside was built on the luckiest ground of all time. Either way, I was the only one alive. Since I'd survived, I felt the need to keep on living. I walked aimlessly, thinking it would be dangerous to remain where I was. It wasn't that I wanted to avoid becoming what had happened to everyone around me, those scorched, blackened masses. It wasn't a feeling of disgust. Some other emotion was driving me on. At the same time, I had no hope. It was a miracle I was alive at all, and I didn't think I was going to last much longer. There's just no way in hell I was going to survive. There's simply no way I would ever escape this crimson hellscape, no matter what I did. That was how desperate, how hellish this place was, even through the eyes of a young boy. And then I collapsed. Either there was no air around me, or I simply couldn't breathe anymore. I just collapsed. All I could do was look up at the sky, up at the slowly clouding sky. The scorched black masses around me lay motionless. The dark clouds covered the sky, promising rain. Good. The rain will put out the fires. I took one final deep breath and looked up at the rain clouds. I couldn't breathe, but I still felt pain. I said that out loud, on behalf of all those people who couldn't say those words themselves. That was 10 years ago. Miraculously, in the midst of all of that, I was saved. My physical body survived, but everything else was scorched, reduced to ash. When a young child loses their parents or their home, there's really nothing left for them. And so, everything other than my body perished. Put as simply as possible, in exchange for my body living, my heart died. I'm dreaming. I squinted, seeing a bright white light. It was blinding. Light stabbed at my eyes when I woke. I doubt I really knew what the sensation of blinding light was in the first place. Huh? What? As my eyes adjusted, I awoke, alarmed. I was lying in a bed I didn't recognize, in a room that I didn't recognize. I was honestly stunned, but the cleanliness of the white room made me feel at ease. Where am I? I looked blankly at my surroundings. The room was spacious and beds lined in neat rows. All the beds were full, and it looked like each bed's occupant was injured. But the room didn't feel depressing at all. Everyone injured survived. I let my eyes wander. I looked out the window. The clear blue sky was so incredibly beautiful. A few days passed, and I was finally able to take in the situation. I had no problem remembering what happened the days before, but I wasn't much different from a newborn during this time. Strange as it is, that was closer to the truth than it might seem possible. The fire was just that bad. Hi, Hamu. You like my voice? Thank you. Thank you. I was rescued from that fire. I awoke in a hospital. My parents were gone. My entire body was wrapped in bandages. I didn't really understand what was going on, but I did know that I was alone. It didn't take long for me to accept my circumstances. Maybe I had no choice, really. All the other children were in the same boat. And then later, in the moment I, naive as I was, started to worry about what would become of me, He walked in. "How are you doing, Helmu?" He appeared the day my bandages came off and I started eating on my own. His hair was disheveled, his suit tattered. He looked a bit younger than my doctor. He looked more like someone's older brother than someone's father. "Hello, you must be Shiro." His beaming smile seemed to blend into the pouring white sunlight. His voice was somehow irritatingly fake, yet extremely gentle. "I'll come right to it. Would you rather go to an orphanage or home with a man you just met?" He was offering to take me in. I asked if we were related. He said we were complete strangers. He looked like an unremarkable, unreliable guy. But then again, he was no more or less familiar than the orphanage. So I decided I'd go with him. "Oh, good. Then let's pack up quickly. It'd be best if you got used to your new home as soon as possible." He started gathering my things hastily. Even as young as I was, I could see he wasn't any good at it. And after he made a mess packing... Oh, I forgot to mention one important thing. Before you come with me, there's one thing you need to know. He turned, asking for confirmation. He asked so casually, as if asking me if there was somewhere I wanted to go. "Yep. Let me be direct with you. I'm a magician." He said it in a serious, almost ceremonious manner. It happened so fast. Now that I think back, I was also immature. I just accepted his word as fact. I took it neither as a joke or genuine statement. "Really? That's so cool, Pops." I'm gonna lower the voice volume, hold on. It's messing me up. Sorry. Okay. I guess I said something like that, eyes wide in astonishment. And I was his child. Actually, I don't really remember how that conversation went. But every now and then, my old man would bring it up. He would recount that scene over and over, acting all embarrassed. That scene might have been the happiest day of my old man, a man named Kiritsugu Emiya's life. You can say that. It was one thing for him to tell a recently orphaned kid he was a magician, but I was no better the way I so eagerly bought into it. And that was how my old man adopted me, and how I took the last name Emiya, Shiro Emiya. When I said that name out loud, I felt really proud having the same last name as Kiritsugu. I'm dreaming. It's from my childhood. It's probably about 8 years ago, since it's about the time when I talked to my old man into making me his apprentice. Kiritsugu had started going away on a regular basis once I was old enough to stay home by myself. He'd always give some childish, unbelievable explanation, like, "I'm going to go on an adventure around the world." Then he'd actually do it. From then on, that's how it always was. It wasn't unusual for him to be gone for a month at a time and come home. At times he didn't come home for half a year. The Emiya Mansion is an expansive Japanese samurai-style house, and Kiritsugu and I were the only ones living there. It felt too big and empty for a child like me. At times, I felt lost. But I liked my life there. Whenever Kiritsugu came home from his trips, he would brag and tell stories like an excited child. And another child, one who shared his last name, always looked forward to those stories. I may have been alone in the mansion, but Kiritsugu's stories always help lessen that. He was always pursuing a dream like a boy. I was wary of his whims, yet at the same time, he always looked radiant to me. Maybe that's why I hope to be like him one day. Well, as childish as I may have been, I realized I need to get my act together, since I had an old man with his head constantly in the clouds. January 31st. Day 1. I hear a sound. The heavy, rusted hinges on the door creak as it's being pushed open. Light pours in through the crack in the door. My mind tries to shake off the slumber. Senpai, are you awake? I hear footsteps drawing near, and I feel the winter air flow in. Morning, Sakura. Sakura. Oh, I love her. Yes, good morning to you too, Senpai. Senpai, it's morning. It's still early, but Miss Fujimura will be mad if she finds you sleeping here. Oh, yeah. Thanks for waking me up as always. It's no problem at all. You're always up early in the morning. I weep for her. Me too. I don't often get to wake you up like this. I'm not sure why, but Sakura looks more cheerful than usual. I don't know about that. I think you wake me up more often than you think. Then again, Fujine is brutal when she's the one waking me up, so I prefer you do it. Yep, I learned my lesson. I'll try not to sleep in here next time. I answered, still half asleep. My head's still not right, so even I don't know what I'm saying. Well, okay, but personally I'd prefer you not to try too hard. Sakura is giggling. Crap, I must still be so sleepy I've said something weird. Give me a minute to wake up. The cold winter air helps me at times like this. The chill snaps my lethargic mind awake. In front of me stands my junior at school, Sakura Mato. I'm in my house's storehouse, and it's just about 6 o'clock in the morning. Senpai? Yeah, I'm awake now. Sorry, Sakura, I did it again. I need to help you with breakfast. Don't worry about that. You were up late again last night, weren't you? Then you should take your time this morning. Sakura is practically bouncing with excitement. That's odd. Sakura is weirdly energetic this morning. No, I'm getting up, honest. So let's head to the kitchen together. Okay, I'm ready. Let's go, Sakura. Oh, she's so cute. Oh my god. Well, Senpai. Huh? What, is something wrong? No, not exactly, but, I believe you should change before you head back inside the house. Oh, I finally look at myself. I fell asleep working last night, so I'm still wearing my coveralls. The coveralls I wear while I'm working are usually dirty. Who knows what Fujine would say or do if I went in the house as is. Ugh, okay, whoops. Guess I'm not quite awake yet. I must be more out of it than usual. You might be right, which is why you should leave breakfast to me. And you should take it easy, Senpai. Besides, Miss Fujimura would be really angry if she saw the mess here. Sakura Cocomelon's all the gays. Yeah. I love her. Yeah, then I'll get changed, so you go on ahead. Okay, I'll be waiting, senpai. Sakura quickly walks out. Okay then. I'll change into my school uniform first, then I need to collect all the parts I left scattered around. The storehouse is in the corner of the backyard, and all sorts of junk is crammed in here. Though I've always liked to tinker with gadgets, so the place is a treasure trove to me. The old man forbade me to go into the storehouse, but I ignored his warnings and snuck inside almost every day. Now it's sort of a base for me. I guess you could call this place my real room. The massive Emiya house never felt homey to me, but I've always felt at ease in here, surrounded by all this junk. Besides, it's wasteful. It may be junk, but a lot of it still works. The majority of the things in the storehouse are everyday things, mostly unusable. I'm not sure whether I brought it all in because I liked it in here, or whether I liked this place because it was full of junk. Either way, I snuck into this storehouse almost daily, and I made sort of a hobby of fixing broken things. This line, it's like, are you Satoru Gojo because you're the strongest, or are you the strongest because you're Satoru Gojo? I think that's where this is where they got inspiration for that line. I'm not the type who gets attached to things, but it just didn't feel right to neglect things that are still usable. Or maybe it would be better to say the idea of doing that just bothered me, which is why I stayed up at night trying to fix a broken stove. I guess I'll be done tomorrow. Falling asleep midway is proof I'm not concentrating. I try to shake off my self-disgust at that. I gather the parts of the stove and put them back in on the shelf of things waiting to get fixed. There's no more room though. Once I fix the stove, an old VCR is up next, both of which were destroyed by Fujine, which we could set that aside for now. Fujine! Girl. Why are you breaking things? Okay then. I changed in my school uniform. Since the whole storehouse is like my own room, I have all the essentials, including a change of clothes in here. The rest are things like haphazardly drawn blueprints scattered all over the place, and literal junk from failed attempts at fixing various things. Also, there's some sort of pattern carved into the storehouse's floor, perhaps used as some sort of altar in the past. Okay, gotta work hard again today. I clapped my hands in prayer at the storehouse and turned towards the mansion. I walk from the storehouse to the mansion. This Emiya residence is a Japanese samurai-style house located on the outskirts of town. My old man wasn't from a notable family, yet for some reason he owned this giant house. That in itself was a mystery, and it also seems he didn't have any relatives here in Japan. So when my old man died, there was no one else to inherit this mansion, so it came to me as his adopted son. Though, to be honest, I don't have any administrative abilities. So things like inheritance, property tax, and any other complicated things are all handled by Old Man Fujimura. Old Man Fujimura is a major businessman who lives nearby. Kiritsugu described Old Man Fujimura as an old man who's like a Yakuza boss. Obviously, that was his own biased views. In fact, Old Man Fujimura is not like a Yakuza boss, he is a Yakuza boss. That may be a problem in itself, but I try not to dwell on it. Anyways, that's why I live in this giant mansion on my own. It's been 5 years since my old man died. Time sure does fly. I sigh, thinking about how much I've grown in those 5 years. I trained every day to become like Kiritsugu, but that's easier said than done. It's not surprising, since I didn't have what it takes from the start but the fact that I haven't improved at all these past 5 years forces me to reassess things. He's been trying the same thing for 5 years. And, jeez, he sure is dedicated. If I had to sum up my current situation, I'd say I set the barrier far too high. I haven't even... Oh, I've read that way wrong. Whatever. I haven't even reached the starting line. No, rushing won't do me any good. For now, I just have to do what I can. 5 years. 5 years, my brain. Okay then. 5 years. Can't imagine doing just the same thing for 5 years and having no progress. I think I'd go insane. What I need to do now is... Alright. You can see I've played this before. I didn't finish my initial route. But when I was first playing it, I wanted to do the... like, all selfish answers. Just to get that over with first, but I don't want to do that again. So... let's go help Sakura. Right. I need to help Sakura. Making someone younger than me do all the work would be embarrassing. I feel bad for Sakura coming here so early in the morning. But I'm too late. Breakfast looks to be done already. The appetizing scent of the breakfast Sakura cooks wafts towards me from the kitchen. Sakura finished cooking and she's searching for the cupboard for dishes. Our wife. She's everybody's wife. Well, no. Wrong. I take that back. Just ours. Sorry, I can at least serve everything, so go sit down. Oh, you're already here, senpai. I wasn't exactly quick. It's already 6:10, and that's when we're usually eating breakfast, so yeah, I overslept. I don't believe that's true. You're not in any school club, so it's still early. Clubs have nothing to do with it, and if they do, you coming by in the morning must be a lot of trouble since you have morning practice. Oh, well, I want to do this, so please don't worry about me. Yeah, you keep saying that, which is why I wake up early. Club or no, if you're coming by, it'd be rude to still be asleep. To me, waking up early is waking up before Sakura gets here, and oversleeping means I make Sakura prepare breakfast on her own, like today. Though this arrangement started only about a year and a half ago. You sit, Sakura. The food just needs to be plated and set on the table, so at least let me do that. I stand next to Sakura and pull out the dishes. Sakura has a surprisingly stubborn side, so she won't rest until I really push. Then let me help. I'll plate the food, so please take out the rice bowl, senpai. No, I'm saying I'll do it all myself. No, you shouldn't. You're the head of the house, so the least you can do in the morning is sit and act all important. Act all important? I wouldn't be much of a head of the house if I made you do all the work while I sit back, now would I? Come on, go and sit in the sitting room, Sakura. Well, by all means, please be that kind of head of the house. I'm also doing this to pay you back for all the delicious meals you let me eat, so I'd like for you to relax. Hey, we'll split the cost of groceries, so you shouldn't even worry about that. In fact, I'm the one who should be thanking you. Ever since you started coming by, I've been eating a lot better. Oh my god, Sakura is so down, but for sure, she wants to be his wife so bad. Yeah. I knew it. You don't get it, do you, senpai? That's not why your meals here are good. Huh? What do you mean? He's stupid. He's stupid. He's dumb. No, never mind. But please feel responsible because I can't enjoy a meal anywhere else now. What? That's a weird thing to say. What if Fujine heard that? She doesn't get sarcastic jokes. You're right. It wouldn't be great if Miss Fujimoto heard that. Right, so don't say stuff like that. No, I won't. I won't say things like that so I can help you right, senpai. Sakura looks me in the eye so naturally and calmly. Fine, do what you want. If you want to so badly, I'll have you do everything. Shiro, at least help. Oh my god. Yes, I'll do as I please. Honestly, you don't listen to anything I tell you anymore, Sakura. She don't gotta listen to you. Shiro, hand her over. Please. That's true. Maybe I'm becoming more like Miss Fujimoto. She responds softly as she reaches towards the cupboard. Her dark hair gently falls over her shoulder and the curves of her body catch my eye. Bro, come on. I can't explain it, but it's awkward. I'm not sure if it's our age, but Sakura's been looking more feminine lately. Okay. Her casual movements of her profile are so pretty, and I inadvertently avert my eyes. Senpai, is something the matter? No, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. Hmm? Oh my god, my phone's dying. Blech. Honestly, it's baffling. Why the hell am I getting nervous around my friend's younger sister? Sakura's just a really good and considerate younger friend of mine, and she's someone I need to look after. She's the younger sister of a friend of mine. We used to be friendly, though. Initially, we weren't very close since she's a grade below me. It was only a year and a half ago that our relationship became more than what it is now. Sakura started to come and cook meals for me when I got hurt, and things kind of stayed like that. I think this arrangement was supposed to last until I got better, but I guess something or the other happened, and somehow she ended up helping with household chores. Either way, Sakura is a good cook, and her cleaning and laundry skills are perfect. Having her come early in the morning is a big help, but it's been disconcerting recently. Sakura isn't the problem, it's me. Yeah, it's you. Oh, she's so cute. I'm sure being flustered by my friend's sister is part of the reason I feel guilty. Usually I'm unfazed, but when I blush because I get caught off guard like now, I wonder whether that's problematic as her senpai. No. Breakfast is lined up neatly on the table. A perfectly balanced meal of chicken with parsley salad, grilled salmon, blanched spinach, miso soup with radish and carrots, and grated yam soup. That's a lot for breakfast. Thank you for the meal. Sakura and I sit down and bow and begin our meal in silence. The gentle tapping of chopsticks is the only sound in the room. Sakura isn't typically talkative, and I hardly have anything to chat about during meals. So we eat in silence. Normally it's much rowdier than this, but the person who usually causes the commotion must have watched a spy movie or something last night, because she's eyeing the two of us through a newspaper she's propped up in front of her food. Miss Fujimura, it might not be wise to read while you eat. Sakura remarks diffidently, but Fujine ignores her. Fujine's acting weird, but her being weird at breakfast isn't really all that weird for her. Sakura's used to it too, and she's eating as if nothing's the matter. Sakura typically cooks up Western dishes. She really only began learning to cook Japanese dishes since she started coming here to help me out. Sakura learned to cook simple Japanese dishes, at least for breakfast, because Fujine and I prefer them. Now, Sakura's cooking skills have improved to the point that she's better than me, and I'm the one who is teaching her. Her miso soup is flavorful and refined now, and she's even got to the point where she can grate yams to make yam soup. Actually, I think today's the first time she's ever served yam soup. Sorry, Sakura, could you pass the soy sauce? Here. Oh my, senpai. You've run out of soy sauce you usually use. Then I can use Fujine's. Pass it over. Miss Fujimura, do you mind? Fujine nods. The newspaper shuffles. Here you go. Are you going to use it for your yam soup? Yeah, everyone puts soy sauce on grated yams. A line of soy sauce streams from the bottle on to the grated white mound. I stir the mixture up, pour it over my rice, and take a bite. Sorry. I don't know why that's funny. The stickiness of the grated yam combined with the intense flavor of the soy sauce. What the? This isn't soy sauce. It's oyster sauce. Fujine tosses her newspaper onto the table with an enthusiastic flick of her wrists. What do you think of my little stunt switching the oyster sauce and soy sauce labels first thing in the morning? The not-so-mysterious spy punches the air in victory. Who pulls a stunt like that first thing in the morning? You're gonna turn 25 this year, but you're still the same childish Fujine I've always known. That'll teach you a lesson after yesterday. You and everyone else who ganged up on me deserve divine justice. People can't enact divine justice. I knew you were weirdly quiet. Can't believe you've been plotting this since yesterday. You have entirely too much free time on your hands. That's right, and because of that, I really need to get to work grading tests, so I need to skedaddle, or else I'm in real trouble. Girl. Fujine sits back down and shovels her breakfast into her mouth. Thanks for the meal. Breakfast was great as usual, Sakura. Oh, it was my pleasure. And now I'm heading off. You two will be in trouble if you're late for school. And off she goes, stomping out in a rush. There's something terribly wrong with a world that allows someone like her to be a teacher. No, I think she's a great teacher. Senpai. Sorry that Fujine hardly savored the breakfast you took so much work into making. Fujine the ogre cat. Oh my. No, it's not that. What did you do to Miss Fujimura yesterday? She wouldn't usually go so far as to mess with someone's meal. Well, I accidentally called her by her nickname. Oh, that expression was cute. Well, I guess there's no avoiding her getting angry again. And you didn't apologize? Sorry, I forgot. But only because that kind of stuff happens all the time. Still not good. You know how much Miss Fujimura hates being called by her nickname. You made her cry again, didn't you? Not only did I make her cry, she also ran away like a scared rabbit. Thanks to that incident, yesterday's English class ended up being a study hall. In fact, everyone in class worked together to make an award for me from their notebook paper because of that. I threw it away, obviously. Oh my. Sounds like you brought that on yourself then, senpai. Fujine is like an older sister to Sakura, so she's typically on Fujine's side. Which is fine on its own, but I wish she would consider the fact that I have to deal with Fujine all day long. Fujine was originally an acquaintance of my old man, and she swung by the house pretty frequently since I was adopted. She kept on coming over even after my old man died, and now that she acts like a freeloader, eating breakfast and dinner every day. Actually, it might have been thanks to Fujine that I was able to make it on my own after my old man died. And now it's me, Fujine, and Sakura who are the residents of this Emiya house. They're like practically already married. But at the same time, I'm the only one who knows that my old man was a mage. They say mages have to keep part of their lives secret. Which is why I've also been hiding from the others that I'm learning magecraft after I become my old man's apprentice. Learning may be a bit of a stretch, really, since I can barely use magecraft properly. So it wouldn't make much of a difference whether I had magecraft or not, but since it was my old man's dying wish, I've been training in secret. I finish breakfast and get ready for school. I put away the dishes with Sakura as I listen to the news on TV in the background. Sakura is looking blankly at the TV. A flashy caption reading "Gas leak continues" pops up on the screen. There seems to have been a big accident in the neighborhood of Shinto. Or neighboring city, sorry. It happened in a building in the business district. Apparently everyone on one of its floors lost consciousness from oxygen deprivation. Authorities have been calling it an accident resulting from gas leaks, but for some reason these incidents have been happening often. Are you worried about the incident, Sakura? Well, not really. I was just thinking that this happened in Shinto, right? Which is very close to us. Senpai, your part-time job is in Shinto, right? Yeah, but the shop's not that big. I don't think an accident like that would happen there. But I can't entirely ignore the idea either. Gas leaks can happen in any building, and it especially pains me to think that hundreds of people have fallen victim. Some say that these accidents are happening because of faulty construction work done during the rapid development projects in Shinto. Either way, I hope there won't be any more victims. It's a disturbing story. We need to be careful too. Well, don't worry about that, Senpai. I always make sure to check that the gas is turned off properly. Twice. Sakura proudly proclaims. No, that's not my point. Yep, I've always known Sakura's a little off too. Why'd he get that from her saying she checks the gas? Senpai, did you lock the back door? I bolted it. Is that a problem? Not at all. Then I'll lock all the doors. What time are you planning to be home today, Senpai? I think I'll be home a little late. What about you, Sakura? I should be back at the usual time. I think I'll be back before you, so I'll make preparations for dinner. Yeah, that'll be great. I'll try to come home as soon as possible, too. The gate is locked tight. Sakura and Fujine both have keys to the house, and the rule is that whoever leaves last is in charge of locking everything up. Let's go. You'll be late for morning practice if you don't hurry. Okay, let's hurry up then. Sakura and I walk into town. We walk downhill along a long wall to reach a more populated residential area. Emiya House is located on top of a hill away from the center of the town. Heading down the hill leads us to the residential area. Going further down, we reach the intersection at the center of the town. Several roads lead out from the center of the town. There's a large bridge that connects to the neighboring town. A hill that leads to Ryota Temple. A residential area located opposite my house. A shopping district that both Sakura and I often go to. And finally, there's a path that leads to our school. We head straight to school without taking any detours. It's barely 7 o'clock, so there's hardly anyone around. Students making their way to their morning clubs are the only ones to be found along our route. See you later. Good luck at practice. I see Sakura off at the school gate as usual. Sakura's in the Kyoto Club, so this is where we usually split off. And yet, Sakura doesn't budge this morning. Sakura? Are you not feeling well or something? No, it's not that. Senpai, maybe it's time you come visit the dojo? Well, I don't really have any business at the dojo. Besides, Issei asked me to do something, so I need to go to the student council room. I suppose you're right. I'm sorry for bringing it up. Sakura quickly bows her head. Oh, she's so cute. Oh. I'll be going then. Please look forward to dinner tonight. Sakura ran towards the dojo, seeming almost apologetic. What was that? He's stupid. I wonder what that was all about. No. Hi, Ash. Sakura. Issei, are you in? I'm here. You're a little late this morning, Emiya. Issei glances up from his desk, looking like he's been studying some papers. Is it just you, Issei? Where's the rest? They should all be at school by now. He's dumb. He's dumb. Well, unfortunately, the rest of the members are all very on the clock. They all have their set work hours, and they don't want to come in early or sit day late. So that's why the student council president is doing busy work himself. Guess you've got your own problems to deal with. Well, I live for these sort of problems. I don't need your sympathy, Emiya. What are you talking about? I'm not sympathizing with you. Well, that's too bad. I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that. After all, the fact of the matter is that you still care. Issei, who is gathering his papers into a single sheaf and tapping the edge against the table to square them neatly, is the big boss of the student council. He's been working to reform the student council, which has grown quite lax, and he's been a friend of mine since our first year in school. His full name is Issei Ryudo. Despite his old-fashioned sounding name, he has an elegant facial features, and he's popular with the girls, okay? Hi Ash, how are you? He's also the student council president, so you'd think he would have the leg up over everyone else, but that's not exactly the case. Nothing beats a scalding hot cup of tea in the morning. It's saying stuff like that as he sips tea that prevents him from quite sticking the landing. What? It's not charming? Can a man not like his tea? As evidenced, Issei is quite plain. He's prone to be misunderstood, yet he neither dabbles in relationships nor he does what typical students do for fun. He's the heir of Ryudo Temple, which sits atop a mountain. He himself understands that he will inherit the temple, and there's a strong possibility that he'll shave his head without so much as a complaint as soon as he graduates from school. So, what do you want me to do today? Oh, well, I'd like you to sit down and relax, but we really don't have time. I'll explain as we go, so grab your tools and follow me. You're doing really good? Yay! I'm happy to hear that. Let me get right to the point. Our school's spending habits are quite extreme. I know, the athletic clubs are favored and there's not much money to go around in other places. Exactly. As a result, the culture clubs get the short end of the stick. I've been trying my best to establish a better budget for the arts, but the money trail has been pretty muddy, which is making my life harder, so the arts are suffering. The lack of heaters during the winter is especially concerning, and I have no solution for that. I see. Hey, hand me the flathead screwdriver, the biggest one. Oh, and give me some conductors too. Yeah, this one looks salvageable. Doing okay. I'm a little tired, but I'll persevere. Conductors, sorry, I don't really know my way around tools. You can get mad if I'm wrong. Wait, he's kinda cute. He's kinda cute. It's fine, you got it right. So what about the lack of heaters? Is there anything else that's broken? Yes, the heating system in the second audiovisual room and the art club room might be on its last leg. Forms requesting to purchase new ones are piling up by the minute. And you're saying that there's no room in the budget. Well, this one's just corroded. Good thing the insides are still intact. Oh, is that one salvageable, Emiya? Yeah, I can fix it. It's a good thing old machines are easy to figure out. The wires are just burnt out, so as long as those get replaced, this should last until the end of the year. Is that so? Way to go, Emiya. I'm glad you're so reliable and helpful. You say some weird stuff, Issei. Why is Shiro, dumb? Just take the compliment. Just take the compliment. Oh, hey, I'm almost done, so go ahead and step out. Got it. I won't get in your way. Issei quietly steps out of the classroom. He might be thinking that I'm going to start some sensitive work. Well, I guess you can call it sensitive work. I put my hand to the old electric stove. No matter how long someone's been fixing things, they can't usually figure out what's wrong by sight. So the fact that I can means what I'm doing is not ordinary. I close my eyes and look inside the stove by touch, and then suddenly, a single image pops into my head. Maybe it's low self-worth. Yeah. There are two places where the wires are about to break. The electrical pipes should last a bit longer. The power cord should be fine with just insulation tape. Good. I should be able to fix it with just the tools I brought along. If the electrical pipes were broken, it wouldn't be fixable by an amateur. Had that been the case, a certain strengthening would have to be done, which no amateur could manage, but I should be able to fix this one by sight. This is the maidcraft Kiritsugu taught me. Okay, let's begin. I take off the cover to begin my repairs. I already know where it's broken, so the rest of the work is easy. This is the one thing I'm good at. That's right. I, Shiro Emiya, have absolutely no talent in magecraft. But for some reason, I have a knack for visualizing the structure of things, or blueprints, like I did just now. My old man once saw me imagine and recreate a blueprint. He looked surprised, then muttered, What a useless talent. Jeez, Kiritsugu. My special talent appears to be pointless. According to my old man, the fact I can visualize object structures isn't really helpful. It's not like helpful for fighting, but I'm sure he could get a good job with it, I don't know. A mage normally wouldn't need to survey an object's entire structure like I do. He claims the mage's struggle is to instantly seek out an object's center or its core and transform it as quickly as possible. That's why reading blueprints is a waste of time, and even that only helps seek out areas for magical energy to pass through. And so, fixing broken stuff is one of the things I'm good at. After all, I don't really have to open the entire thing up to find the problem. If I can find the problem quickly, I can fix most things as long as I have the know-how to repair it. Though I only do that with things that an amateur could reasonably be expected to fix. Okay, done. What's next? I put away the conductors, pick up the screwdriver and wrench, and head out to the hallway. Issei, repairs are done. Oh hey. A female student is standing next to Issei in the hallway. Rah! Rah! I'm a little surprised. She's so cute. The girl talking to Issei is Rin Tosaka, a second year from Class A. She lives in a giant Western-style mansion up on a big hill. She's an extraordinary honor student. She's pretty, smart, athletic, no flaws at all. She's intelligent and polite. She never brags about her looks. She's truly the ideal girl to guys. Apparently. Which is why the male students treat her like an idol. But Tosaka is just too good, and she's become unattainable. The guys all say only people who can talk to Tosaka are Issei and the teachers. Well, okay, I'm also a guy, and I'm including myself on the list of her admirers. She's cute. Twin tails. She's so cute. Tosaka's looking at us, annoyed. I guess rumors are true that Issei and Tosaka don't get along. Oh, sorry. I was the one who asked you for a favor and made you do all the work. Forgive me. Whoa. Issei's pretty gutsy, talking to me and completely ignoring Tosaka like that. Don't worry about it. So what's next? There's not much time. Yeah, next is the audiovisual room. I hear it's been on its last leg for a while, but apparently it's finally given out. If it's dead, I won't be able to fix it. It might be better to buy a new one. That might be true, but I'd appreciate it if you could look at it anyway. I might think it's dead, but it might be just plain dead to you. You think so? Then let me take a look. It's only about 30 minutes until homeroom starts. I need to hurry and fix it or I'll run out of time. I head to the audio-visual room, but I realize completely ignoring Tosaka would be rude. I turn to face her since she's standing there the whole time. You're here early, Tosaka. That expression, oh my god. Oh, she's so cute. I blurt out the first thing that comes to mind and then follow Issei. You made it just in time. Sorry for all the trouble I'm in. I'm a bad friend for asking a favor from you and making you late for class. Don't sweat it. It won't be a problem if I'm late, or it might be an issue if you were late. That's true, but I'm glad we made it. Issei exhales a sigh of relief and heads to his desk. It's exactly 8 o'clock. 5 minutes after the bell for homeroom rings, Fujine will enter the classroom. Phew. My breathing is labored since I ran from the audio-visual room. I take a deep breath before I take my seat. Blech. Kill yourself. Okay. What's with all the commotion so early in the morning, Emiya? Didn't realize you'd become Ryoto's whipping boy after you quit our club. Not that I care, but since you have no principles of your own, don't do anything to ruin our rep. Standing in front of my desk is Shinji Mato. He's been a friend of mine since middle school. His last name is Mato, and he's Sakura's older brother. He's 1 year older than her. Yo, things at the Kyoto Book Club going well, Shinji? Why does Shiro give him the time of the day? I hate him too. Of course, there's no point in telling an outsider like you, but the club's been nice and peaceful now that there's one less member trying to hog all the attention. We're definitely going to make waves at the next tournament. We could call up Wakabe. Oh my god. Is that so? I guess Mitsuzuri's working really hard. Huh? What the hell are you talking about? I'm the only reason the Kyoto Club is setting records. You've been an outsider for a long time, so stop acting like you know it all, or you're gonna embarrass yourself. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Besides, I'm not much involved with the club, so I really won't concern myself with it much. I put my bag on my desk and pull the chair back. Oh, he's so ugly. What's that supposed to mean? Are you saying my Kyoto Club's boring to you? I'm not saying that, just that I'm not involved in it all. I'm not a part of the club anymore, so it's not right for me to just drop into the dojo. But if there's anything you need, just let me know. I'll help whenever you need it. I remember you weren't good at fixing and stringing bows. Yeah, thanks. I'll give you a call if there are ever chores to be done. Though I doubt that'll ever happen. Well, that's good. A captain who leaves busy work behind wouldn't be much of a captain. Just try not to trouble Miss Fujimura. She's terrifying if she gets mad. Humph. Mind your own business. Just remember that you're not a member of the club anymore, so don't go near the dojo. Like he wasn't gonna. Like he wasn't gonna. And just like that, Shinji heads off to his seat, all self-important bluster as ever. Huh. He does seem moodier than usual. Unbelievable. How can he talk to you like that? He was the one who kicked you out. Oh, Issei, were you there the whole time? What do you mean? How can you be so cold to me when I was listening attentively to the conversation out of my concern for my friend? Huh? What does concern have to do with it? I haven't done anything worth worrying about. Shiro is so... Fool, of course I'm concerned. You have a short fuse. Now granted, if you punched Shinji, that would have gotten you some applause, but it probably wouldn't make the girls happy. It wouldn't be right for me to put my friend in such an unpleasant position. Oh, that's what he was worried about? Okay. I get it. Yeah, good point. Thanks, Issei. I don't think that would ever happen, but I appreciate the concern. Good. As long as you understand. But I was surprised. You usually get mad at the drop of a hat, but you're pretty tolerant with Mato. Why? Yeah, but Shinji's been like that for as long as I've known him. You get used to it. Guess that's how it is. It is. Now, come on, go back to your desk if you're satisfied. It's almost time for Miss Fujimura to dash in. More like float in. What's that mean? The bell of the homeroom rings. Normally the homeroom teachers come in the class 5 minutes before homeroom starts, but our teacher isn't what you'd call typical. Homeroom for class 2C typically starts 1 minute after the starting bell. In other words... I'm late! Homeroom starts at the sound of Fujine's shouts and hurried footsteps. Okay, I made it! Good morning, Oh! Gonk. Fujine tumbles and I hear some kind of unnatural sound. No! She's dead! Contrary to the hectic sound of a few seconds earlier, the classroom is now dead silent. The mood shifts sharply. It's no wonder Fujine is called human roller coaster. But honestly, the way she fell didn't seem like a laughing matter. Fujine hit her head against the podium and now she's lying on the floor. Seeing her lying there, face down and unmoving, has everyone imagining the worst. Hey, someone up front, wake her up. No, I don't want to do it. She'll probably, bite me or something if I get too close. She's not a mimic. Miss Fujiwara wouldn't do that. Well, why don't you wake her up then? Pass. I hate stuff like this. I don't like it either, and you are gonna make a girl do it? The boys should step up and take control. The students in the front row start to get rowdy. Is she okay? Those of us sitting in the middle rows can't see what's going on. So we all stand up to get a look. Hey, she's not moving. Did she faint? Someone brings up the obvious. But the problem is, how do we get Fujine to the infirmary? We're all like comrades in arms after our time dealing with Fujine. Probably nobody's thrilled by the idea of taking a teacher to the infirmary. Miss Fujimura, are you okay? A brave girl approaches. Fujine isn't moving. The class grows more concerned. That didn't look good. Her head literally slammed the corner of the podium. If that didn't hurt her, she really is invincible. Maybe we can recruit her to the basketball team? Baseball. Why did I say basketball? Baseball. That's more than that's more like a threat. The moment the Tiger becomes the head of the baseball team, we're all bound for the big Koshin tournament. Miss Fujimura, it's no use. She's not responding. Hey, you're right next to her. Wake her up. What? I don't want to. If she's dead, I'll be good as dead too. But things could get worse if we just leave her. But nobody wants to get near her. Fine. Then we have no choice but to go with our last resort. Yeah, that. Everyone's on the same page. Except Shinji and I. We have to keep quiet because the two of us dare not to be a part of what was about to happen. Ready? Wake up, Tiger! It comes out as a whisper, even with so many students speaking in unison. The word tiger is especially inaudible. And yet, twitch. Fujine's previously motion body reacts. Whoa, she moved! This might be working, everyone. Keep going, it's the punishment of the tiger. Everyone must be on edge since midterm tests are approaching. It's a terrible idea on their part, but some students start to wave their arms and chant Fujine's nickname. Wake up, Tiger, it's morning. You need to tiger up. Don't give in, Tiger. Stand up, Tiger. Come on, wake up. Time to wake the sleeping tiger. 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 Oh my god. Oh, my phone's about to die. Hold on. Ah! Don't call me Tiger. I'll plug my phone in. I'll be right back. You get PNG me for forever. Water sound effect. Then, like a sudden bolt of lightning strike. like a sudden bolt of lightning striking. Fujine stands valiantly as if the hard fall hardly scratched her. BNG Tuber era. Let's go. Huh? What are you all doing? You guys should get out of your seats during homeroom. Come on, get back to your seats and we'll begin. Girl, she got a concussion. Fujine, back to her normal self, stands at the podium. It appears she recalled nothing between the time she jumped into the classroom and the time she woke up. Hey, Tiger doesn't remember anything. Sweet, we're lucky this morning. I don't know if you can call this lucky, honestly. The students shuffle back to their desks. Did someone just mock me? No, absolutely not. Must be your imagination. Really? Then okay. We're gonna start morning homeroom, so everyone listen up. Fujine casually starts homeroom. She always goes on digressions between announcements, so it goes slowly. Which is why everyone should go home at an appropriate hour. The gates close at 6, so everyone doing club activities shouldn't stay any longer than necessary. But 6 is so early, Taiga. Don't the athletic clubs get an exception? They will not. And Goto, you'd better call me Miss Fujimura. The next time you call me by my first name, I'll get mad, okay? Yes, ma'am. I'll be careful next time. Goto sits back down. He doesn't seem particularly remorseful. Too easy. When Fujine says she gets mad, she gets mad. Doesn't matter if it's with a teacher or a student. And that is as close to a serious warning as she's ever going to give, but Goto doesn't realize it. That's it for today's homeroom announcements. I'll see you all in 3rd period's English class. Fujine waves and leaves. So that was Taiga Fujimura, the teacher of room 2C. Her nickname, Tiger. That might seem like a joke, but it isn't. She got the nickname because it sounds like her name, Taiga, but Fujine hates it. According to her, it doesn't sound feminine. But she got the nickname because of how she acts, so she kind of had it coming. Bruh. This guy's face. Like, ooh, okay. He looks dead. Class will begin. Class duty, lead the greeting. As Fujine exits the room, the 1st period teacher enters. Because Fujine takes up almost all homeroom time, mornings are always like this for our class. And so another day of classes ends. There are many types of students. Some immerse themselves in club activities, some hurry home, some hang out in the classroom after class for no particular reason. I don't really fit in any of those categories. Do you have a minute, Emiya? Picking back up with what we did this morning, do you have some more time? Well, it's not like I don't have any plans. It's not as if I don't do anything at all. The biggest reason I quit the Kyoto Club in the first place was that I wanted to prioritize my part-time job. It's been 5 years since I started part-time jobs to earn money for living expenses on my own after my old man died. And when you do so many different jobs, there are some requests you just can't say no to. Today is one of them. I was asked to help restock some products for a bar, since they wanted as many strong helping hands as they could get. His twink self is not really like the strong helping hands I'd look for. I'm sure I don't have to go help. The bar's likely asking everyone as an excuse to gather some folks and hang out afterwards. Whoops. There are 2 options. What should we do? Should we help the student council or part-time job? Don't know. 'Cause I did do part-time job before. Do we go not selfish route this time? Sometimes looks can be deceiving. You're right. Well, why not go all different? The stuff from this morning is unfinished, so I should at least finish what I started. Change of plans. You want me to finish what we started in the morning, right? Leave it to me. I'll finish all repairs before exams start. That'll be helpful. Let's go check on our patient in the art club. Sure thing. Oh, but make sure there's nobody around. I can't concentrate when there's people around. Of course. I won't let anyone get in your way. Keeping up with Issei's brisk pace, I follow him out of the classroom. The sun has long since set by the time we step outside the building. The school gate is already closed. It's 7 o'clock, way past the time they close the gates, but thanks to Issei's help, the two of us avoided trouble. You really helped me out today. I'll repay you for this, so don't hesitate to ask me if anything comes up. Sure, I don't think anything will come up though. I didn't help him because I wanted something in return, and I don't think I would ask Issei for anything impossible. Honestly, you might have to reconsider being such a good guy all the time. Having you around is certainly helpful, but I can't stand when other people use you for their own ends. Helping people may be a good thing, but you should be more selective about who you help. You just do everything anyone asks. You think so? Am I really that much of a pushover? And that means heartless idiots are going to use you as they wish. You're a busy man, so it wouldn't hurt for you to decline requests from time to time. Why is he blushing? Is this yaoi? I honestly can't tell, but I think Issei is concerned for me. Ever since middle school, I've always been told how helpful I am, since I never decline requests or ask for anything in return. I guess Issei thinks that's unhealthy, but I'm the one doing this because I'm only doing this because I want to, and I decline any requests I feel are impossible, so there's no issue. You really don't need to worry about this. I know myself and my limits. Besides, helping people is a good thing, and not the sort of thing the son of a temple should be telling anyone not to do. But you take it to an extreme. You're gonna burn yourself out. I'll keep your warning in mind. See you tomorrow at school. See you tomorrow. Issei leaves, looking dissatisfied. Issei lives in Ryoto Temple, located on top of a mountain, which means he and I have to go our separate ways. No. I walk through the still darkened town. It's about 7:30. There should be people out and about at this hour, but there are no signs of anyone around. Oh, right. There was a crime committed in Miyama the other day. A burglar murdered someone, I think. Must be why there's no one around, and why the school curfew has been set to 6 o'clock. Gas leaks and burglars, huh? Seems like it's getting dangerous around here. No wonder people are avoiding walking around at night. It's probably not safe to let Sakura go home on her own anymore. Fujine might be fine, but Sakura's house is in the residential area on the other side of town. I guess I should walk her home starting to... Huh? I can't quite believe what I'm seeing. I must be wrong. I sense a presence on the uphill path that I was sure was empty. Whoever it is, they're standing still and look to be peering down at me. Yeah! Oops. I love her. I unconsciously hold my breath. A girl with silvery hair smiles and walks down the path without making a sound. And as she passes by, "You'd better summon one soon, or you'll die, big brother." What she says makes no sense. Alias Biel. I climb up the hill and reach my house. The lights are already on, which means Sakura and Fujine are home. I want to prick her cheeks, she's adorable. So true. The moment I step into the living room, I smell the delicious aroma of dinner. Sakura and Fujine are both eating at the table. Tonight's meal is chicken stewed in cream sauce, and it's put Fujine in an especially good mood. "Welcome home, senpai. Please excuse us for eating ahead of you." "Thanks. Sorry for being late. I should have come home earlier." "That's fine. You still made it in time. Please wait while I prepare your plate." "Okay, thanks. I'll go wash up, so keep an eye on Fujine to make sure she doesn't eat my portion." "Yes, I'll do that." I go to my room. It's a sparse room compared to the storehouse, but it's still decorated enough, considering I don't have any particular hobbies. Girl, decorated where? Decorated where? The pillow? Though most of them are random things Fujine just left here. After I wash my hands and change, I head back to see my food on the table. "Thank you for the meal." "Please dig in. I hope you like it." Sakura is humble as ever. Sakura's cooking skills have vastly improved over the past year. My cooking is no match for her Western foods. My Japanese dishes might be a little better. Neither of us are any good at making Chinese dishes. I'm glad to know she's improving, but it's also a little depressing when the pupil surpasses her master. It really is delicious. The longer you cook chicken, the tougher the meat gets, which is why you need to make the extra step of grilling the chicken to a crisp to seal in the juices and flavor. This requires exceptional skill and is something the clumsy Fujine would never be able to manage. Why is Fujine catching strays? This idea of decorated? Like... Okay, teenage boy. "What do you think, senpai?" "I think today's dishes turned out quite well. No complaints here. The cream sauce is perfect. My cooking can't hold a candle to your Western dishes." Yep. Ever since Sakura started cooking, all her meat dishes have gotten better. Fujine, who's been concentrated on her meal until now, pipes up. Why'd they split it like that? "And you're in trouble, Shiro. The student shouldn't stay out so late at night." Goodness. Ugh. She looked to be in good spirits, thanks to Sakura's meal, but the moment she sees my face, her mood's turned sour. I understand. "I bet you are helping someone again. That's fine, but you really should be coming home early for now. Don't you remember my homeroom announcement about how it's not been safe out lately?" "I was speaking directly to you, Shiro." "You really don't need to make a homeroom announcement for something you can just tell me at home." "You wouldn't listen if I told you here, though. You're more likely to listen if I tell you at school." "That seems like an abuse of authority, or at least mixing business with private matters." "Nope. This is just what I have to do to make things sink in for Shiro. He always gets the short end of the stick because he's busy helping everyone. That idiot should come straight home once in a while and relax for a bit." "Huh? Who are you calling an idiot? What's wrong with helping people? I'm not losing out on anything as long as someone benefits from my help." You're starting to sound like Kiritsugu. That mindset has your big sister worried, Shiro. Seeing Fujine eating so heartily makes me wonder what exactly she's worried about. Miss Fujimura, just from that conversation, are you saying Senpai has always been like this? Yep, always. He's the type who would lend a helping hand whenever there's someone in need. It's not that he meddles in things, but he's always been a little precautious? Oh god. Fujine grins menacingly. Fujine, I'm gonna get mad if you say anything you shouldn't, and you shouldn't ask such silly questions, Sakura. She's just curious about you. Come on, Shiro. I glare at the two. Fujine clicks her tongue in disapproval, but Miss Fujimura, please continue. Sakura presses on like an attentive student. Then let me explain. You see, Shiro just can't help himself when he sees someone in need. It's like helping the weak and subduing the strong. When he was younger, he wrote an essay saying that he wanted to be a hero of justice. Quit bringing up the past, Fujine. I can't really jump in though, because it's true. Besides, becoming a hero of justice is still my goal. Cheesy ass. Can this guy take a hint? Please. Please. Wow, you were a really wonderful child, Senpai. Yep, it was astonishing. He would swoop in to rescue a little girl from getting bullied by a boy twice her age, and he tried his hardest at doing housework because Kiritsugu was such a slob at home. Aw, he was so cute and innocent back then. I'm not sure how he got to be the stubborn, disobedient boy he is today. That's on you, Fujine. That's what happens with children when they have bad role models. Jeez. If you want to say something to that, try making an entire meal all on your own. What? Fujine is shocked. I thought she would just lower her head and repent, but... Big sister's so sad. Sakura, thirds please. She holds out her rice bowl, asking for a third helping of dinner. She's so funny. No! We relax after dinner, and it's almost 9 o'clock. Well, what should I do? There's still some time before my evening training. I guess I'll... Rocket Sakura home. We're taking the Sakura route. I haven't thanked Sakura for cooking dinner yet, so I should talk to Sakura. It's getting late, so I should walk her home. Sakura just finished cleaning up, and she's in the living room getting ready to go home. Oh, Senpai, I thought you were taking your bath. I'll take my bath later, after I walk you home. You're gonna walk me home? Yeah, it's been dangerous at night lately, so I'll walk you home. Your house is a pretty long walk, so let me at least do this, since you got out of your way to come here. Aww. Sakura purses her lips awkwardly. Did I say something wrong? I'm sorry. I appreciate your concern, but you should rest. I know my way home from here, and I should be fine alone. Maybe so, but it really hasn't been safe recently. I'll walk you home at night for a while. But, well, it'll cause trouble for you if my brother sees you. I forgot. Sakura's older brother Shinji doesn't really like Sakura coming over to my place. He can't say much because Sakura says she's going to Fujine's house, but me taking her home might cause problems. I don't care if Shinji accuses me of something I didn't actually do, but I don't want him taking it out on Sakura. But it wouldn't be a problem if I only walked you halfway, right? There's no way we'll see Shinji at the intersection. Sakura is uncomfortably silent. Knowing Sakura, she probably couldn't even lie about the fact that I walked her home. Hey, then how about... Want me to walk her home? An English teacher. Just a random one. An English teacher wearing tiger stripes suddenly pokes her head through the door. That really doesn't fix anything. My concern is that a girl walking alone at night, so adding another girl would be... Wait a minute. Calling Fujine a girl may be a bit of a misnomer. There's a reason Fujine is the teacher in charge of the Kyoto Club. She was trained by old man Fujimura in Kendo, and her 5th rank designation makes her deadly, literally and figuratively. I guess it wouldn't be a problem if you went Fujine. I bet you could beat the crap out of any perverts who might try to strike. Beat the crap out of Shinji! Do it now! An English teacher of no significance. Like, why did they word it like that? Oops. My chat window. Okay, it's fine. Of course I can. That's why walking Sakura home is not a problem. Are you good with it, Sakura? Oh, she's so cute. Yes, as long as it's okay with you. That settles it. Let's get going. I was just thinking I should go home too. Fujine takes Sakura's hand and starts to leave. Oh, hold on a minute, Sakura. What is it, senpai? Dinner was good, thank you. Aww. Oh my god. Of course. As long as you don't mind, I'll keep working on my cooking, senpai. Sakura beams and then leaves the living room. I could tell my cheeks are burning red. This loser. I get him. Honestly, Sakura takes me by surprise a lot lately. It's perplexing. Time sure flies. Not so long ago, she was just my friend's little sister. Now, I find sometimes I can't quite look away from her. I'm so pathetic. That's funny. I've always thought of Sakura as being like family, but I can't seem to readily accept this change. And that is how my day ends. Just before midnight, Shiro Emiya must perform the daily routine of utilizing magecraft. I cross my legs, take my position, and regulate my breathing. I try to empty my mind. I ignore everything around me and turn my focus inward. Trace on. I mutter the familiar incantation as if putting myself in a spell. No, this is kind of hypnosis. With no magecraft and no magical knowledge, the incantation I mutter is really just a way of focusing myself and change my body. Typically, humans do not have any lines which allow magical energy to pass through their body. To temporarily change my body and create a pseudo version of the lines, I need enough concentration to unify my entire physical and nervous system. Oh, he likes her. He does. Magecraft is a battle with yourself. For example, I insert a burning steel rod into my backbone. The steel rod itself is the one and only magic circuit I can prepare for myself. By passing this deep within my body and connecting it to my other nerves, I can finally be a mage. This is not a metaphor. And if you look closely, a series of metal rods which can normally be seen or touched pierce my backbone. I am a magician. Kiritsugu Emiya was a mage. He was a true mage who disciplined himself in a wide variety of mystics, plumbed the deeper secrets of the world and its workings, and even performed miracles. And as a young child, I admired Kiritsugu and begged him to teach me magecraft. But you can't just become a mage. You have to be born with talent and inherit a tremendous amount of knowledge. I obviously never had that inborn talent, and Kiritsugu never imparted any knowledge about magecraft to me. I was told it wasn't necessary for me. Something like that. I still don't understand what he meant by that. But it didn't matter to me as a child. I always thought learning magecraft would bring me that much closer to being like Kiritsugu. I was blessed neither with talent, that is, an abundance of magic circuits within me, nor was generations of magecraft knowledge handed down to me. The magecraft Kiritsugu possessed, the magic crest passed down from the Emiya family, can only be passed on to a blood relative. A magic crest, which is proof one is a mage, rejects any not blood-related. As an adopted son, I could not receive the Emiya's family crest. Then again, since I honestly don't have any idea what the hell a magic crest even is, it doesn't matter how much whether I have one or not. It's just a matter of gaining the ability. If I want to be a mage, I just have to learn magecraft that suits the traits that I do have. Magecraft is taken to its extreme, a skill supposedly meant to release magical energy. You could say that magical energy is a life force. Magical energy is separated into two sources, mana, which comes from the world's atmosphere, and odd, which is created within living creatures. Obviously, mana, which comes from the world itself, is superior to odd. The sheer power of the world's mana is simply not enough to not even comparable to the odd one human can create. No matter the form it takes, magecraft utilizing mana will always surpass anything created from an individual's odd. So, a powerful mage is one who excels at drawing magical energy from the world. It's a lot like a filtration system. A mage will use their own body circuits to draw in mana from the outside, convert it into something usable. Mages call the circuits they use to accomplish this magic circuits. This is the inborn talent part. The number of magic circuits one has is determined at the moment of birth. Typically, humans have hardly any magic circuits. They're normally quite rare. That's why mages will spend generations trying to ensure their descendants have a body more suitable for magic. Some family even go as far as to practice selective breeding in order to increase the numbers of magic circuits in their children. And since I was raised in a normal family, I never had a chance of having much in the way of magic circuits. That left me only one option. According to Kiritsugu, everyone is well suited to one specific form of magecraft. He also said that something about drawing out the magical energy based on the person's origin, but never quite understood that part. I never quite understood that part. What I do understand is that even someone like me can use at least one form of magecraft. If I can do that, then maybe I can be like Kiritsugu. And that's why I've only ever learned this one magecraft. That was 8 years ago. After a lot of thought, Kiritsugu took me on as his disciple, though he never seemed happy about it. Listen, Shiro, learning magecraft means leaving behind common sense. You die when the end comes for you, and you kill when you must. Life isn't at the core of what we do. Death is. Magecraft is walking the path of self-destruction. I guess I knew no fear as a child. Kiritsugu smiled bitterly, placing a hand atop my head as I nodded enthusiastically. What I'm about to teach you is the sort of thing that could cause conflict, so you should never use it in front of anyone, and you should never forget your training, because it's difficult. Then again, you don't really need to follow it either. The most important thing is that you always remember that magecraft is to be used for others and not for yourself, and that would make you simply a user of magecraft rather than a mage. I guess Kiritsugu didn't want me to be a mage, but I didn't care about that. I admired Kiritsugu, not mages. As long as I can be the sort of person who lives to help others, like Kiritsugu on that day of the fire and nightmare. I got distracted. I feel the uncomfortable sensation of the iron rod in my backbone moving where it shouldn't. Losing control of my breathing now would be fatal. The pseudo-magic circuits would overwhelm my body and shred it to pieces, and that would be the end of me. Shiro Emiya would simply be a novice who died because he failed an elementary step. I grit my teeth and try to recover my connection. After pain like walking through a storm of needles, the iron rod finally sinks deep within my body and fuses with me. I've been working on this for a little over an hour, and after all that time, I'm finally able to create one pseudo-circuit, a circuit capable of creating magical energy using my own self. Basic structure, analyze. All that's left is to allow the magical energy to flow naturally. Shiro Emiya is no mage. He's just a user of magecraft who can only create magical energy within his body and channel it into objects. And that's why I can only do one thing with this magecraft, which is composition, analyze, enhancing objects. It's just strengthening magic, where I apprehend an object's structure and channel magical energy to temporarily reinforce its abilities. Basic structure, alter. I hold a broken iron pipe. I pass magic energy through it to execute the most basic magecraft, to enhance its durability. Passing magical energy into something other than yourself is like mixing poison. My blood is a far cry from the blood of an iron pipe. Forcing an entirely different sort of blood through the object might as well destroy it rather than enhance it. To prevent that from happening, I need to properly understand an object's structure and pass magical energy into it between the small vacant spaces. Composition, reinforce. This may be easy for a skilled mage, but since I have a hard time generating magical energy in the first place, even a task like this is as difficult as shooting an arrow and hitting a target several hundred meters from you. A typical archery target is 28 meters away, so it goes without saying how hard it would be to hit a target at 10 times that distance. My body temperature suddenly plummets. The fiery pillar passing through my backbone disappears and my lungs seize in desperate need for oxygen. My back arches in an effort to keep me from passing out. Damn, I failed again. The iron pipe is unchanged. The magical energy I passed into it appears to have dispersed. Damn! According to something that already has a set form is hard. Adding to something that already has a set form is hard. What I'm attempting to do is like adding an extra brushwork to a completed work of art. Adding something extra to a completed object raises the risk of compromising the object's integrity. The paintbrush, hoping to improve, may actually devalue the work instead, which is why, despite its simplicity, strengthening magecraft is so difficult and not many mages willingly use it. And it's not that I chose this, but it's really hard, really all I can do. It would be much easier if I could make something from shapeless clay, but a substitute that just recreates its form is all show and no substance, which explains all the junk around. Whenever I fail at strengthening magecraft, I try to make substitute objects to practice and calm down on, but they all ended up empty. I can visualize the structure of an object easily, and I can recreate something very similar, but it's hollow and obviously doesn't function at all. I wipe the sweat off my brow. I realize I'm absolutely dripping with sweat. If this is as bad as it got, I should consider myself lucky. But what happened earlier was really bad. Had I taken even a second longer to recover, my internal organs would probably be mush about now. If only pushing myself to the brink of death helped me improve, there'd be some hope there. But nothing comes that easy. At the same time, fear of death will stand in the way of improving my magecraft. Learning magecraft means courting death at every turn. Even rudimentary, everyday magecraft can spin wildly out of control from a single mistake ending the caster's life. The first thing a mage must do is resolve to accept death. Kiritsugu always looked sad whenever he brought that up. Maybe it was his way of saying that he didn't want me to get into any of this. Saving one person means not saving someone else. Being a hero of justice means you need to be an extremely egocentric person. That was always his line. Kiritsugu always said that whenever I mentioned wanting to be like him. I still don't know what he meant by that. All I'm certain of is that I want to save people, to be a hero of justice like Kiritsugu Emiya. But I can't even manage the basics. I'm such an idiot for letting myself get distracted at the most crucial moment. It's not enough for me to just grasp at the object structure visually. A skilled mage would be able to focus only on the crucial areas and efficiently channel magical energy. My dream is to become a hero of justice. I remember what Fujine mentioned at dinner. I never really thought of that goal as embarrassing or impossible. That Shiro Emiya will succeed Kiritsugu Emiya has already been decided. That's why I've been doing everything I can, despite how sorely I lack in experience. I don't know exactly what it means to be a hero of justice, but because I don't know, I've trained myself to the best of my abilities in hopes I'll become useful to somebody. I haven't taken my eyes off that goal these past 5 years, but whenever things go wrong like this, I start to have doubts. I just don't get it, old man. What the hell do I have to do to be a hero of justice? I look up at the sky through a window. It's not just about being good for someone out of the blue. Saving someone and being a hero of justice are two different things. I know that, but what do I have to do to differentiate them? I've yet to understand that crucial concept for the past 5 years. We're on day 2. It's 2 hours for day 1. Oh my god. Oops. Probably go for like about another hour. I wake to darkness. I guess I'm not much for dreaming unless something big happens. I always have the same dream anyway. I always envision a sword. I have no idea why, but that's the only thing that pops into my head. There's no rhyme or reason to it. Perhaps this is what defines me as Shiro Emiya. I don't have any dreams of my own. The only thing on my mind while I sleep are what others taught me long ago. For example, on how to be a mage. Even if I'm not a fully fledged mage, it's only natural for a mage to be aware of the world they're in. Put simply, a mage is an irregular, an outcast from society. But even outcasts need to band together to survive. My old man told me there's a society of mages called the Mages Association. Creative name, guys. The Association of Mages called the Mages Association. Wow. He also told me I shouldn't ever get involved with them. The Mages Association is said to conceal the existence of magecraft and many mages and manage mages. The Mages Association watches over mages and makes sure their magecraft doesn't affect society, but the strange thing is that they don't really prohibit mages from abusing magecraft either. According to Kiritsugu, the Mages Association is only interested in concealing the mystics. Even if say a mage carried out an experiment that sacrificed, let's say, a lot of citizens, the association wouldn't punish them. Their priorities are expressly in preventing the public from becoming aware of magecraft, which does not mean magecraft is completely banned. Whoa, what a great name, so creative. Honestly, anything goes as long as the truth doesn't come out. At least that seems to be how that insane bunch conducts themselves. Whatever it is, the Mages Association's surveillance is absolute. A typical magecraft research sacrifices the lives of ordinary humans, which in turn risks revealing the existence of magecraft to the world. As such, the Mages Association doesn't permit research that would harm society. Ultimately, mages conduct their research in the privacy of their own homes while the world is none the wiser. So, mages sometimes go into hiding to escape the association's scrutiny and oversight. So there may be some mages living in this town and I just don't know it. I also hear Fuyuki is a spiritual hotspot of sorts. That probably means there's some prestigious mage with a storied history living there. They're called second owners, elite mages the association entrusts to watch over territory. Other mages who live in the same area must visit these second owners first to get permission to build their workshops. My old man was an outlaw who cut ties with the association and moved here without the consent of Fuyuki's second owner. So, in a way, our family is a bunch of trespassers living in a house without permission from the landlord, which means the second owner doesn't know that Kiritsugu Emiya was a mage. So I tend to feel like our family's status as mages is kind of unclear. But then my old man, the bona fide mage, died. And even though I'm his disciple and son, I don't know a thing about the Mages Association and have no real knowledge about being a mage. I have a feeling the association would want to dispose of someone like me, but they haven't made any sort of move. Apparently the Mages Association doesn't have many eyes in Japan, so that's probably why I haven't been found out yet. But that doesn't mean I can let my guard down. The eyes of the Mages Association are said to be everywhere, and if someone commits a crime using magecraft, the church's heretics hunters will make their move. Using magecraft, however half-assed you may be about it, makes you enemies. So with all that in mind, I honestly just want to study being a mage on my own. I wake up as the sunlight starts to pour through the window. Looks like the sun's just now coming up. It's still dark outside. It's cold. Waking up in the morning is getting tough. I get up, trying not to let the morning cold discourage me, and quickly fold my futon. It's 5:30. I've always been an early riser, no matter how late I go to bed. I might mess up once in a while, like yesterday, but that's rare. Okay, breakfast. I let Sakura do all the work yesterday, so it would look kind of bad if I didn't return the favor this morning. I should hurry up and finish making breakfast before Sakura comes. I cook rice and make miso soup. Yesterday the soup had daikon radish and carrots, so I'm making onion and potato miso soup today. It sounds so good. I make the egg omelet and use the leftover konnyaku to simmer it with bonito flakes. I make incisions to the sari fish, which will be the main dish, and sprinkle it with little salt. All I have to do is broil it, but that can wait until the last minute. Okay, that'll do. It's almost 6. I finished earlier than expected, so I have time on my hands. So what should I do with this extra time? Onion and potato miso soup is the best. I'll make some for oh my god. Please. I'm on my way right now. I'm coming over. Guess I'll work up a quick sweat if I have so much time. Morning exercise is my daily routine, so I might as well do some light workouts. Going to school sweaty. The hushed atmosphere of an empty dojo encourages one to focus. And in the morning, just as the sun rises, its serenity makes the mood even more sacred, enthralling whoever visits the site. Anyway, there's only one thing I do here. Ever since my old man died, the dojo has turned into just a gym to train my body. Training to be a mage means I can't neglect training my body. One of the conditions of being a mage is maintaining yourself at peak physical condition. Oh, no. Condition. Jesus. Sleepover! My god. One day. Trust and believe. When Kiritsugu was still alive, he and I sparred often. Well, more than that, he just kicked my ass every time, so I never really learned how to win myself. But at least I learned the difference between a fight and a battle. In other words, I learned the difference between killing and beating an opponent, and how to conduct myself in each situation. Who'd he kill? I learned how to kill. Like what? What? Knowledge and experience are different. Without the knowledge to know the difference, it's hard to tell if you've gotten yourself into a fight or a massacre. It's as simple as that. Learning magecraft means that there's a risk of perishing on your own, as well as the risk of having to fight. And to mages, that means killing each other. That's why Kiritsugu wanted to teach me that I must always be ready to face death. But the person reminding me of that lesson is long gone. So the only thing I can do alone is some simple exercises. Guess I better get on with it. After I stretch to warm up, I focus on my inner strength and begin my exercises. Oh my god, stretch. Ugh. My back. As I train my body, I assess how my magic circuits affect my blood flow, my skeletal frame's creaking, the fatigue I feel, and how much all that distracts my thoughts. 120, 125, 170. Girl, how are you counting? Count better. 1, 2, skip a few, 9900. Like, even simple push-ups can train my magic circuits as long as I focus my mental state, rather than putting physical weights on my body. With no proper mentor teaching me magecraft, morning training is no different than what most sports clubs do, and they have become very important for me. Good morning, Senpai. Did you finish preparing breakfast already? Yeah, it's all done. All that's left is to do is to set the dishes and grill the fish. Oh, I'll help. Leave the dishes to me. Sakura is clearly eager in her reply. And coming in behind the dependable Sakura, I smell Shiro's omelet. So he handled breakfast in the morning, huh? This morning, huh? Fujine casually heads to the table. Well, let's just ignore her for now. I need to grill the prepared fish. Sakura, use the middle set of plates. The food will look better on those. The plates with bumps on the surfaces? Yeah, those. Grilled meals tend to not look good if you don't plate them well. I've already graded the daikon. Sakura reaches far to take out the plates. As she reaches out, I think I see a faint bruise on the back of her hand. Sakura, hold on a minute. Yeah? What is it? What's that bruise on your hand? Oh, she averts her eyes, looking uneasy. Her reaction makes how she got the bruise clear. Is it Shinji again? I can't believe he beats his own sister. That's not it, Senpai. Well, I got this when I fell. You know how clumsy I am. That's why I'm always falling and getting myself hurt. How stupid do you think I am? Nobody gets bruises like that just from falling. It seems like Shinji needs some sense smacked into him. No, Senpai, my brother really has nothing to do with this. I just hurt myself, so there's no need for you to be angry for me. Sakura falls silent. Sakura may seem docile, but she's surprisingly stubborn, so it's no use saying anything to her now. Fine, if you say so. I'll leave it at that. Yes, I'm sorry, senpai. Why are you apologizing? Shinji's the one in the wrong. The moment I say Shinji's name, Sakura awkwardly looks away. It could only mean he's the cause of the bruise on her hand. Shinji Mato has a bad habit of treating his younger sister like crap. I noticed it about a year ago. Every now and then I'd see Sakura injured, and she always made excuses when I asked what happened. When I asked Shinji about it, he revealed to my shock that he'd been the one who hit Sakura. I asked why, and he told me it was because she'd done something he hadn't liked. I got pretty pissed off, so I did to Shinji what he'd done to Sakura. We haven't been on great terms since then. Senpai, have you made up with my brother? Huh? Yeah, sure. We never fought in the first place, so there's not much to call for making up. Well, that may be how you see it, but my brother doesn't see it the same way. He thinks you're still fighting, so you should be careful. That's more than just a bad habit. Yeah. My god. What Sakura says strikes me as odd. Be careful of Shinji. Yes, he's angry with you, and I hear you is the very reason why you quit the club. Shinji had nothing to do with me quitting. Well, he might have been a factor, but it's nothing you should be worried about. And Shinji's right, this is a little unsightly. I point at my left shoulder. There's a little scar there. Are we serious? My Shiro. When someone beats the abuser, it cycles back to the victim, yeah. We just gotta kill Shinji. Just kill him. It happened about a year and a half ago. Something fell on me during one of my jobs, injuring my left shoulder. I ended up with just a broken bone, but it also came away with a burn on my shoulder. After the accident, I quit the Kyoto Club. Our school's Kyoto Club, out of respect for formalities, always allows students to perform sacred shooting rituals. Male students participating in this expose their left shoulders. Shinji pointed out that it may be disrespectful for someone performing a sacred shot to expose a scar, and since I was getting busy with my various jobs, I decided to quit the club. I feel like if you're doing, like, traditional, shooting rituals, like, wouldn't it be normal to have scars? If, like, you were a warrior from battle, like, whatever. Senpai, I may ask this often, but are you never going to shoot again? Miss Fujimura even said your injury shouldn't affect your performance. Fujine would say that even if I'd broken every bone in my body. Senpai, I'm being serious. I know I should give her a serious answer, but unfortunately I can't. I can't give Sakura the answer she's looking for. I don't have time to do club activities. I like Kyoto, but it's not something I should prioritize, so I think I'll give it a rest for a while. How long is a while? However long I feel like. Or maybe until it's time for you to graduate. I'm looking forward to having you look after me then, Sakura. I pat Sakura's shoulder. Oh, okay. I'll be waiting when that time comes. Oh my god. She nods so violently, it looks like she might drop the plates. Oh, Sakura. It's almost 7:30. Sakura and Fujine have long since left the house for their morning club activities. I went to school early yesterday because Issa asked me to, but I leave the house at the usual time today. I noticed something strange as I walked down the hill towards the intersection. Several police cars are parked in front of a house. Something must have happened since a crowd has gathered. There are easily 20 people watching. I'm curious, but the mass of people prevents me from finding out what's happening. I don't have much time, so I should hurry to school. I make it to school 10 minutes before the first bell. As I cross through the gate with plenty of time as usual. Heya, morning, Emiya. I run into a familiar student. You haven't even changed, Mitsuri? Homeroom's about to start. You really don't have time to say hi to me. You're absolutely right. Matter of fact is always Emiya. I don't know what's so funny, but she laughs so heartily, not caring about her surroundings. This is Ayako Mitsuzuri. She's been a classmate of mine since we were first years, and she's currently the captain of the Kyoto Club. She's an unbelievably insightful person, and it was expected that she would be the team's next captain since her first year with them. Mitsuzuri is a precaution. What is that word? I'm scared. Hold on, I'm looking it up.
Precocious.
Precocious. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. I gotta look up words. I'm learning. And people have always had high hopes. Mitsuzuri is a precocious sort, and people have always had high hopes for her and even leaned on her ever since she was a first year. Then again, she gets mad whenever someone mentions that in front of her, claiming she doesn't look as old as people think. Huh? Were you just thinking something bad about me? I wouldn't dare. Just making an observation. If you want to get angry about it, that's your call. That's how it's pronounced? I guess. I guess. I looked it up. You don't say. That may be your honest answer, but you never say out loud what's really in that head of yours. Because unlike Shinji, you never let your true self show. Shinji? What's he gotta do with this? No matter how much either of you protest, you and Shinji are friends. No! No! You're the only male friend, and let me remind you that I'm the captain of the Kyoto Club. Is it only natural for me to associate our club's troublemaker with our former troublemaker? I guess. The Kyoto Club's got nothing to do with it, but he and I go back a long way. Ha! I see you just got ticked off. You always get frosty whenever the Kyoto Club gets mentioned. You sure had some guts quitting and leaving Shinji behind, you know? Did you not consider how the other people you left behind might feel, like Sakura and me? What? Did Shinji do something bad again? We never have a day where he doesn't do something. We might have gone a bit too far yesterday. He made a first-year guy quit. Mitsuzuri sighs gravely. Seeing her look so serious is rare to begin with, but the rest of her story is particularly alarming. What the heck? Why'd he quit? Shinji took his anger out on him. He gathered all the female members and made the first year, who barely learned how to handle a bow, shoot his bow until he hit the target. Shinji mocked him the whole time. What? How would you let something like that happen? I would never let that happen, but the captain's got a lot to do, you know. You know very well that I didn't live in the dojo. Well, yeah, but what the hell? Oops. What the hell was Shinji thinking? He may be harsher than the others, but he's not the type to make someone into a spectacle. Listen to you. You're something, Emiya. What do you mean by that? Were you just thinking something bad about me? I wouldn't dare. Just making an observation. If you want to get angry about it, that's your call. Why you? Using my own words against me. Fine, so what's gotten to Shinji? Why'd he do that? I heard Tosaka shot him down pretty brutally. Let's go, Tosaka. Tosaka? You mean that Tosaka? Do you know any other Tosakas in this school? The second year honor student class A, Miss Perfect Rin Tosaka. That's the first time I've heard that nickname. But it fits. It's no surprise Shinji got rejected. It's no surprise. And knowing Tosaka, she probably had pretty harsh insults to go with the rejection. God bless. Anyway, Shinji's been acting out since yesterday, and that's why I've had to watch him like a hawk at the dojo until now. Shinji does have a low tolerance for some things. I know it might be tough, but good luck, Mitsuzuri. Yeah, you know how Shinji never lets go of anything. I'm just afraid he might really do something bad the next time he asks Tosaka and gets rejected again. No, even Shinji wouldn't go near someone who just rejected him. He's good about that sort of thing. But what if the person who turned him down comes near him instead? I don't know why, but Tosaka swings by the dojo to come watch. Well, you quit, so you probably don't know that. That's news to me. Rin Tosaka doesn't participate in any club activities because her family forbids it or something. She even turned down nominations to be a member of student council. So I always thought she just went straight home after school. I guess this isn't horrible once in a while. He always acted high and mighty, so it might be good for him to struggle for once. Sorry, but not sorry. Mitsuzuri has a weird way of looking at this. Now that I think about it, they say that Rin Tosaka has a lot of enemies. I wonder if Mitsuzuri is one of them, too. Hey, Mitsuzuri, that's kind of cruel, even for you. Oh, it's almost time. See you later, Emiya. You should swing by to see my bow work next time. Mitsuzuri hastily runs off. Classic Mitsuzuri. I never minded just how forthright she always is. I feel a bit more at ease and head towards the classroom. It's lunchtime. Our school is quite the cafeteria and most of the students eat lunch there. But there are some old-fashioned students who still bring their own lunches, including myself and the student council president sitting in front of me. Emiya, can I have some of your fried chicken? My lunch is kind of lacking in protein. Fine, but why is your lunch always so plain, Issei? I know you live in a temple, but there's no rule that prohibits you from consuming alcohol or meat, right? Absolutely not. That idea is... oh god. Anachronistic. That idea is anachronistic. That is just how my father does things. According to him, a young priest should not indulge themselves in luxuries, and if I want to complain, I should do something about it. So I'm just considering joining the circus one of these days. That sounds like your old man. Issei's father is the priest at the Ryoto Temple, a larger-than-life figure who's also friends with Fujine's grandfather. Anyone who gets along with old man Fujimura can't possibly be normal. Well then, here you go. You owe me. I pass my bento box to him. Much thanks. This is pretty much begging for alms. Issei bows deeply. I honestly question whether I should be reminded that he's the son of a priest at times like this. Oh, by the way, did you hear about the commotion at the 2nd District around the intersection you and I part ways going home? The intersection? Could it be the same intersection where I saw the police cars this morning? Apparently there was a murder there. I don't know the details, but only one child out of a family of 4 survived. Both parents and the older sister were stabbed to death, but by some sort of long weapon instead of typical knives. A long weapon? Does he mean a sword or something? If it's a murder, then that weapon killed the parents and the older sister. I can't help but imagine it. Someone sneaks in the house late at night, unreasonable violence, a horrible nightmare the victim neither imagined nor wished for, like a traffic accident. The parents are slaughtered, the older sister falls victim without knowing what is happening. A lone child, hidden in the shadows, is covered in their family's blood. Issei, Did they catch the murderer? It doesn't look like it. Accident stemming from faulty construction in Shinto, and now murder with something like this, like a sword here. It's no wonder the school curfew is... What's wrong, Emiya? Did you choke on your lunch? Nothing. Why do you ask? Well, you had a stern look on your face, which surprised me. Sorry, I shouldn't bring this up while we're eating. Issei apologizes and tries to lighten the mood. I actually don't mind topics like this and didn't realize I was looking so severe. And then there's a gentle knock on the student council's room's door. Sorry, is Ryudo here? Yeah, what is it, sir? Mr. Kazuki enters, and Issei steps over to him to have a quiet conversation. It must be a casual student council matter, since Issei looks relaxed. Look at that. It's something I don't see every day. Issei is surprisingly shy. He keeps his distance from classmates and even teachers, but for some reason he's warmed up to the student council advisor, Mr. Kazuki. Maybe they get along because they're both straight-laced. Well, I don't think Issei is much for straight. Sorry. Soichiro Kuzuki is the homeroom teacher for class 2A, and he's very serious and kind of weird. Some part of that is probably why he and Issei get on so well. The two continue to talk. As I watch them, I can't stop thinking about the murder. No! I wish they had just like an extra route where you just date Issei. Like, ignore all the magecraft and just... Classes end and it's time to go home. I can't wander around because I have work today. I shouldn't do anything at school. I should head straight to the neighboring town, but... No. Ring. My god. Maybe the morning's conversation bothered me more than I realized. The next thing I know, I'm at the Kyoto Club. What the hell am I thinking? Mitsuzuri said Rin Tosaka frequently visits. Well, I hadn't thought of that, but I think it'd be a problem if Shinji got violent against Tosaka. Shinji's unstoppable when he gets mad. Shinji lashing out at Tosaka because she rejected him would be bad. I don't know exactly how, but it'd just be bad. What do you mean you don't know how? It just becomes a yaoi dating sim, yeah. Oh, Tosaka's not even here. Tosaka's nowhere to be found around the dojo. Mitsuzuri worried for nothing. Who's not here? Ah! Oh my god. Why is he so close? I'm asking, who's not here? Issei, who I thought I'd parted ways with, is standing right next to me. Oh, why are you here, Issei? Don't scare me like that. I saw you snooping around the dojo and couldn't help but come check it out. So, who are you saying is not here? Well, it's Tosaka. I heard she had a spat with Shinji yesterday, so I wanted to make sure things were okay. Is that so? Giving up more information than you have to is kind of suspicious for you. I only asked you who wasn't here. What? It's none of your business what I do around here. But it's pointless, Emiya. Tosaka isn't here. She cut class today. What? Cut class, so she's absent? I see. Wait, Issei, why do you think she cut class? That's not the sort of thing she'd ever do. Of course she would. She's not the type to ever get sick. If you want to know what I think, she's bad. Don't let her looks fool you, Emiya, or she'll swallow you whole. Somehow what Issei's saying irritates me. I may not know Tosaka that well, but I don't think she's a bad person. Watch what you say, Issei. You know Tosaka's not like that. Forget what I said. A secret crush? Like, oh. Oh wait, I missed one. Hold on. Have you got a secret crush on Tosaka too? My apologies if so. Forget what I said. A secret crush? Like how? Don't make assumptions. I'm just worried Shinji's gonna stir up some trouble. So you came here to sweep in and stop Shinji from attacking Tosaka? You really were going to take on some dirty work for nothing. It's not my place to say this, but you got bad taste, Emiya. He's jealous. It seems like someone's jealous. Yup. I'm unscathed so far because nothing bad happened. But Issei, what was that crap you were saying? What? That having the hots for Tosaka is in bad taste? Yeah, that. Tosaka's popular. I haven't heard any bad rumors about her. No, you haven't, and that's what bothers me. What part bothers you? He's blushing. Everything about her. That woman's a vixen, a minx, a monster. Anyway, I instinctually dislike her. My advice to you is to not fall for her. You're the one who always warns everyone not to talk about people behind their back. Oh, come on. This hardly counts as gossip. I'm not even talking loud enough for others to hear. No wonder I sense people watching us. Well, that's a relief. I'm really glad Tosaka's absent today. You say, please, can we talk a little quieter? If you say so, understood. But I'll have you know, my words were hardly slander. I just wanted to let you know that I am wary of Rin Tosaka. Everything I said is just my own personal opinion. Yet you used words like vixen and minx. I'm pretty sure minx is definitely a derogatory term. Don't worry about it. It's a compliment. There are good vixens and monsters too, you know. I simply use those terms to describe her in a good way. Sure he did. Issei laughs. I'll see you later. I'm going back to student council room, but you're going to your job, right? You really shouldn't waste your time hanging around here then. Issei leaves calm and composed, perhaps because he felt satisfied having said everything he wanted to say. I've known him for 2 years now, but honestly, I still don't get that guy. Sure, dude. Sure, dude. I ride the bus from school for 20 minutes. I arrive at Shinto, the neighboring town across the bridge. Oh, it's not even 5 yet. I still have some time. There aren't many part-time jobs in the residential area of Miyama, but there are plenty in Shinto since it's a developing area. Our school allows students to hold part-time jobs, so I take on simple jobs. I prefer my jobs to be physical, and the tougher and shorter they are, the better. I get paid all while training my body, so it's like killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Today I'll work from 5 to 8 o'clock. It's for a simple loading job. It may just be 3 hours of work, but it feels more like 6 hours, since they make you work without a minute's rest. Which means I need to rest when I have the opportunity, even if it's just for 10 minutes. Walking around aimlessly would be a waste of energy, so I decide to rest at a park until it's time. This park is nestled between buildings, and it's like a giant plaza full of trees and shrubbery. A park should typically be filled with families and couples during weekends and holidays, but this one is deserted at this hour. In fairness, this place is always desolate, no matter the time or day. This place is the same as always. I sigh in exasperation. The area is unkept, and it's really pretty ugly compared to other places that are properly landscaped and maintained. As if the desolate location had set the mood, the wind itself blows cold and harsh. This place is the remnant of the great catastrophe that happened 10 years ago. It's the very place where I was saved from the brink of death. Why don't they seed some grass here or something? It's a shame to keep it like this. The area is quite large, so if they leveled it, there'd be plenty of space to work on the park. I sit down on a bench as I think. With nothing else to do, I stare out over the burned area to pass the time. I don't remember anything that happened here. The only thing I remember is that it was hot and I couldn't breathe, and that some people died trying to save others. I wonder why that happened. One adult here died because they were trying to save a child from a burning house. Another person was offered all the available water to extinguish their raw, parched throat, while others in the same situation died. Someone here tried to flee the fire as fast as they could, but the other people left behind died. And someone died here because they gave whatever it was that kept them alive to someone they didn't even know. I don't like thinking about that. Just thinking about people trying to help and becoming victims for their trouble makes me angry. Is it too much to ask for everyone to be saved and for them to get their happy ending afterwards? All I want is to see people peacefully prevail. Why can't that happen? That's a tough one. What you're essentially saying is you want to save everyone. That was Kiritsugu's response to the question when a very young me asked it. As a child, I obviously refused to accept that idea. But you saved me, Kiritsugu. I knew you were a magician, and you could do anything. I knew you were a champion of justice who wouldn't let anyone suffer, and you did it without asking for any reward. That's why I've always believed you managed to save everyone back then. In response to me shouting this at him, Kiritsugu looked more troubled than I'd ever seen him, and said something I remember to this day. Shiro, saving one person means you don't save someone else. Listen, being saved by a champion of justice only means you're one of the few they manage to reach. It might be obvious, but that's what a champion of justice is. Yeah, I get that. And now that it's been pointed out, it seems so obvious. Imagine if there was a burglar and some hostages. The burglar intends to kill the hostages. Under normal circumstances, a majority of the hostages would probably die. But if by some miracle the hostages were saved, there's someone who didn't get saved. The burglar, of course, since saving the hostages was done at the cost of his life. The people the champion of justice saves are only those whom the champion of justice deems to save. That's why saving everyone is impossible. Even God can't do that. Especially if it's a natural disaster. No person is able to save everyone and everything. The fire 10 years ago was like that. As someone who was miraculously saved from the incident, it wasn't my place to say anything at this point. But I still don't like it. I don't want anything like that. I don't like the idea that there's a limitation to who can be saved. No matter how impossible it may be, I need to reach out to help. I can't stand to see people around me die, like back then. If the person I am now had been there 10 years ago, I would have thrown myself into the fire. But then I would have died, and for nothing. That would have happened for sure. Jeez, I can't even fantasize in my head. Oh crap, I can't believe it's already 5. A bell in the distance rings, chiming 5 o'clock. I get up from the bench and hurry to my part-time job. By the time I'm done working, the sun has long since set. It's a little before 8 o'clock. I finished about 10 minutes early because I kind of overworked myself. Maybe it's just because I stopped by that park before work. It might have motivated me to push myself harder. At the train station, the night is just getting started. There are a bunch of people milling about and an endless stream of cars on the road. Guess there's no need for me to get something for Fujine. I walk along the path as I gaze up at a lighted building. It's the biggest building in Shinto, so I can't see all the way to the top. As I gaze at the building, enjoying the nighttime scenery. Huh? I think I see something bizarre. What is that? I stop and try to look at the very top. I squint, trying to bring what I see into focus, but it's like staring at grains of rice. Oh my god! It's a girl! It looks like someone I know. But I can't think why this girl I would know would have this girl I know would have a reason to be there. It doesn't seem like she's going to do anything up there. But she's just standing there, looking down at the city as the wind ruffles her hair. She doesn't seem to notice me down below. Actually, there's no way she would see me. Even my near-perfect vision, enhanced with magecraft, can barely distinguish what's up there. I'm able to tell she's up there because she's isolated, but there's no way she would be able to pick me out of a crowd on the ground. It's her! She's just looking down at the town. Seems like she's looking for something. I can almost feel her sharp gaze even at this distance. I forget how long it's been, but I continue to look up at the girl standing in the void. She stands at the top of a high tower. She's like a magician, looking down at the surface world with the bright moon shining behind her. Oh, and then she disappears, apparently done with whatever brought her up there. The rooftop stands empty and the scenery returns back to nothing more than the beautiful night sky. Was that Tosaka up there? I can't be sure, but I'm probably right about who it was at least. There aren't many girls I know who stand out like her, and besides, I'm not so out of it that I'd fail to notice a girl I secretly admire. It's just, Tosaka surely has a weird way of spending her time. Romance Magical Ranger Force? What? Unlike Shinto, there's no sign of people anywhere in Miyama. There's nobody around after 8 at night, and the town is silent and still. The house I saw this morning stands across the intersection. There are no signs of life, and a no trespassing sign hangs over the front door. In just a single day, the house has fallen quiet, almost like an abandoned building. A girl and her parents were killed by a burglar. I wonder what life awaits now for the single child who survived. I bite my lip, frustrated by my powerlessness. I promised I'd be just like Kiritsugu, but I couldn't do anything, even when something like this happened so close to home. I want to help people, but I don't know what I can do. I reach the top of the hill where my house sits. The lights are on, so Fujine or Sakura are still inside. I'm home. Oh, it's just you, Fujine. Oh, welcome back, Shido. Fujine turns towards me, munching on a rice cracker. The TV is turned into a lively variety show. You're home late again. Didn't I tell you to come home earlier since it gets dark so fast in winter? I am home early. I had work until 8, so get off my back about that. So does Sakura. I see dinner's already prepared. Sakura went home early. She said she had something to do today, so she just came and made dinner. Fujine cheerfully replies, as far as she's concerned, anyone who makes her food is a good person. I see. That's probably a good thing for now. It's been dangerous lately, so maybe I'll take over making dinner until the new school term starts. Objection! You come home so late. If you make dinner when you get back, I won't get to eat until after 10. Couldn't you just eat at home? What are you talking about? This is my home. Fujine tilts her head, puzzled. Honestly, I'm not sure if a response like that should make me happy or sad. She's fine. It was pointless asking you to make dinner. By the way, what's that you've got there? You didn't bring over more junk, did you? Fujine has a tendency to leave a bunch of junk here. She'll bring stuff like bowls from restaurants that are too big to be functional and unnecessarily heavy, earthen teapots, or a weird guitar that plays itself. She must think this place is convenient, storage or something. Show it to me. I'm gonna toss it if it's trash. This thing? It's just a poster. Fujine hands me the poster. It's probably a poster for some no-name singer. Let's see. I know it. It's a poster of a young man wearing a military uniform, smiling with his thumbs up, all in front of a cheap-looking blue sky background. The caption on the poster in bloody font: "Loves lovely Ranger Land. Come to the self-defense meetup." Hey, this is a recruitment poster for a youth group. I don't want it, so you can have it. I don't want this either. I quickly roll the poster back up and try to whack Fujine in the head with it. You missed. However, Fujine counters mercilessly with another poster she'd been holding. Clonk. Her poster sword bops me light. Ah! Stars! It's stars! You thought you were gonna hit me. You'll need to up your game if you ever hope to do that. Ugh, that's not the issue here. How the hell does a paper poster make a sound like that? Did she manage some sort of technique only a true poster master can execute? Eh? Oh, sorry. My poster's a collector's edition made of fancy plate steel. Is your head okay, Shiro? Fujine, you're gonna end up killing someone one of these days. If that time ever comes, it'll be good because you'll sweep in and marry me. Girl, what? Girl, what? Okay. Yeah, not a chance. I'm not marrying a natural born killer. What? I don't think I'm that violent. You would be that unaware of your actions. Pray that I survive. I have to be very careful from now on if I'm going to have any hope of avoiding being murdered. Did she try to kill him? Something. Keep talking big. But now I'm hungry, Shiro. I've been waiting for so long, so let's hurry and eat already. Fujine gets up. What's up with Fujine? She must be really hungry if she's offering to help. Even if it's just help setting the table. Fine, then you take out the plates and bowls. You can at least scoop the rice into bowls, right? Of course I can. Hey, do you think it'll be okay if I use a bigger rice bowl? That shouldn't be a problem. Sakura's not here today, so we'll definitely have leftovers. Good. Then you and I will have matching bowls today. Fujine scoops a mound of rice into 2 larger bowls. Whatever. I was gonna go for second helping anyway. And if I meddle in what Fujine does now, we may really not have any dinner. Besides, this is the kind of chaotic scene dinner at my house has been for years. Another day ends. We finish our rowdy dinner, and after I see Fujine off, I take a bath. After that, I head to the shed for my daily training. Huh? I complete it as usual and then go to sleep. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Today ends peacefully and without incident. Oh my god. I think I'm gonna end here because my throat is starting to hurt. So, oh, it's gonna, let me out. We're on day 2. No, it's day 3. We're on day 3. We made pretty good progress. Oh. I can read through the dream sequence, I guess. I'm in a fire. Houses crumble and people burn. No matter where I go, all I see is crimson. This is what I saw 10 years ago. It's a long forgotten memory of the past. I run through the scenery, recreating what happened. I know it's a nightmare, but there's no way to escape. I run and run. I keep running. Every time the scene ends with me as a child running out of energy and getting rescued. There. That's a good spot. Okay. Yay! Thank you for sitting with me and playing this game with me. I had a lot of fun. I really like this game. I said earlier, but I watched the movies and the anime for Fate's Day night, and I had a bit of time in this game previously, but I kind of forgot everything, so this is fun to play it again. Thank you for the stream, it was so nice and calm. Oh my god, yay! I didn't get a new mic, I just figured out my settings. I fixed my settings, and so hopefully it's better now. I'm glad it sounds clearer. I've been having issues with the noise canceling, but that's fine, it's fine. But yeah, yay! We got through 2 days. Not a whole lot happened, but always gotta set up a whole bunch of stuff for visual novels like these. There's a lot of exposition, is that the word? At the beginning of this, so we must absorb all the information into our brains. But thank you guys for hanging out. This was fun. I think I'm gonna try and stream this either, well, probably at least every Monday. I want to do weekly just to get into the habit. This is a pretty easy game to stream. So, thank you. Yippee! Sorry about my model dying. Well, it's because my phone died, but I'll remedy that someday. Just chill, yay! I don't know how much longer this will stay chill, but maybe my voice could be relaxing anyway. I hope my voice acting wasn't horrible. This is my second time really trying anything voice acting. Last time was 5 years ago, playing Danganronpa with people and voice acting that, but I think I've just absorbed other people's voice acting, or at least tried to. But yeah, that was 3 whole hours. Well, minus the 15 minutes of starting at the beginning. I was still trying to figure out how to make it so I can see chat. My voice is relaxing? You like listening? Oh my god. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yay! Thank you guys. Okay. I should end so I can rest my throat. I'll see you guys later. If I don't stream again this week, I'll try my hardest to stream again on next week, Monday. That's pretty much it. Yay! I'm slowly becoming more and more professional. Thank you. Love, love. Love you. Mwah. Okay, bye-bye. See you later. Thank you.